Hello race fans, it's Sunday and it's time for some Top Flight Computers National Series. Tucked away on the Mid-Ohio course is a half-mile right-hander oval that we'll watch the drivers negotiate this afternoon. We are coming right away from Eldora Speedway, where it was Jeff Ward that put on an amazing performance, lapping the whole field. We'll take a quick look at points here. That did put Jeff Ward above Ryan Wash, who was leading the national points after the West Coast Regional. Now going into the North Regional, we got Jeff Ward leading by 6 points over Kyle Wellman. Now it looks like the right-hander is scared off a lot of cars. We got 3 rows of racers today, though, starting out with Dakota Bennick in the number 73 from Wixon, Michigan, and Jason Anderson in the 5 from Statesville, North Carolina. We'll be starting in row 3. In row 2, Ty Marasco in the 21, but unfortunately he is backed out of the competition. He is not gridding. That leaves Brian McRae in the number 12 from Austin, Texas in row 2. Well, it was last week's winner from Eldora that won the pole, but it was Sonny Thompson who snagged that second place start. He'll be starting on the outside of Jeff Ward, but look for him for making a move. He's showed a lot of speed here. Not your typical half-mile oval. Not only is it a right-hander turn, but there's a hill in turn 1 and 2 here that you can see the cars dropping down right now. A little bit of a bow in the backstretch even. And then the track's fairly narrow, fairly flat turns, fairly narrow, so a lot of different aspects that these drivers aren't usually prepared for. So look for them to tackle this track no other way that they have yet. I think it's going to be a little typical to... Alright, green flag is out. And right away, Jeff Ward is driving that thing in deep, trying to make sure he dominates that bottom line. That's in a shuffle. Sonny Thompson back to second, tucked in line. Still fairly close. Jason Anderson gets a little loose there on braking. May need to adjust the brake bias on that thing, because that came out right from under him. Not the start he was looking for, as he's going to be a full straight stretch down. Race doesn't stop as Jeff Ward barrels down through that turn. Looks like the champion is doing a real good job here, keeping in front as we see everyone else has got those cars all jacked up trying to get through that turn. 12's really laying over. That's Brian McRae. The 12 is really laying over on that left side. We'll see how his setup looks the most different so far. We'll see if that much body roll comes to help him out. 73 spins out on exit there. Looks like he hammered down a little too much and it got away from him. But that's going to let the 5 of Jason Anderson catch up to someone else, as they might start battling for last place here. On board with Sonny Thompson here as he's chasing down Jeff Ward. Hasn't let up that second place position yet. He gets a little close as Jeff Ward's starting to drive in a little too deep, a little higher of an apex here. So Sonny Thompson looking to bring it in close. Now he's starting to run that same line that Jeff was. You can see how much wheel he's putting into it here as he's chasing down that number 9 car. See, just as he hits the red line on that car, he's going to let off, start his braking. So he's got the gear match perfectly. They are shifting on this course. That's a little different. Usually they get the gear set to where they can just throw it in fourth and forget about it. But these guys, they're downshifting into the turns, down to third. tell you what, some of these guys that are already off the pace, they might just be leaving it in a fourth gear. They might be losing on that speed off of the turn. As we see Jeff Ward, the 73 spins out again. 9's got to go around, and that's going to let Sonny Thompson slip under and get that lead. So, passed through the lead already. Sonny Thompson running the number 3 today. Said he was going to do it for Dale. I mean, it looks like he's already got it kind of figured out there. He's not really searching for a line. He's looking really consistent right now. That's going to make it super hard for Ward to end up getting around him. Brian McRae isn't out of this race yet by any means, as we see him holding third here. Doing a real good job kind of keeping on that pace. Jason Anderson catching back up to the field after that early rump through the grass there. And Dakota Bennick, a winner from Knoxville in this series. He's trying to gather it back up, but unfortunately a lap down right now. Jeff Ward on the attack now, wants that lead back. We saw him diving it in low. He's going to be looking to the inside. I don't think you're going to be able to pass on the outside here. So we see those two Monte Carlos duking it out. Oh, Jeff Ward gets a nose on the inside, but it's not enough speed, I don't think, to take that lead away. But he's going to hold. Nope, he's going to fall in line here. Take a way wider arc. He's hoping to get a lot more speed out of the exit here. He's not going to get it this turn. As you can see how hard Sonny Thompson is braking. He's driving it in as deep as possible to keep this lead. While Jeff Ward's doing everything he can to get around. Dakota Bennick having a rough race here. Slow on the front stretch again. As that's going to put him, I believe, 2 laps down currently. Checking it out from the sky cam. Oh, the 9 grabs the grass, loses the front end just a little bit. He's got to chase that car around. Loses all the speed that he had the possibility of gaining there. Lost that momentum. He's now going to take a couple more laps to get back up to the bumper of that 3 machine. These two here are duking it out like crazy. Ward wants that lead back. Doesn't like giving up laps. Knows you get a bonus point. So we see Jason Anderson here. He's starting to run some better laps. Doing a good job trying to catch back up to that field. He's running about only a 10th slower than what Sonny Thompson's running in that clean air out front. But Jason Anderson's gaining on Brian McRae. And it looks like Jeff Ward's made it around Sonny Thompson here. Yep, so Sonny Thompson in the lead. We got the 12 right now. He's starting to catch up to Sonny Thompson in the pack. It's no surprise that Jeff Ward's a hell of a driver, and that's one guy you don't want to have to be defending the lead from when he's attacking you that hard. But this is everyone's first time at a right-hand oval, of course, so everything's a little different as we see Sonny Thompson there. Had to get on the brakes on the exit of the turn. So maybe he got on the gas a little too early there. That's just an add to that gap that Jeff Ward's starting to build. Driving it way deep. And now he's in the grass. Might spin it out. No, he's going to gather back up and keep going. But I think he's just driving way too hard to get back up there. He knows he's got a fast car. Doesn't want to give that up. But I think he's trying too hard to get back up next to Ward. That 5 machine hammering down. He's starting to cut into that. You can see on the screen how much closer he's getting to Brian McRae there. Not over with this race yet. That early. Oh, he's gonna get loose again though, but he's gonna gather it up a lot quicker than he did last time. Not hardly lose any time that time, but definitely threw it in through the grass for sure. On the roof of Sonny Thompson as we see Jeff Ward getting farther and farther away here. He's going to have to start putting down some perfect laps again if he's going to catch back up there and be a contender for this win. You see him catching Dakota Bennick there. Oh, Dakota Bennick way out in the grass there, driving it in way hard. Having a rough time on the setup this time around. It's only one Ford in competition right now that you just saw on your screen. That's Jason Anderson there in the 5 Thunderbird. The rest of the Chevys running the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. As it looks like Dakota Bennick's starting to get the hang of it here. He's starting to get that car to rotate a lot better. Might be too many laps down to make a charge for the win here. Even with the halfway competition coming up. Alright, creeping over a quarter way of the race here. We got Jeff Ward out front. Sonny Thompson still in 2nd. Not letting Jeff Ward get much farther away than where he's at right now. Jeff Ward is starting to creep up on the back of the field though. Brian McRae's in 3rd. We see him still trying to rotate that car. It's leaning a lot on the left side. But still doing a good job negotiating that as we see Jeff Ward is going to put Jason Anderson a lap down. I don't think Jason Anderson's too worried about that right now. He does have the halfway competition caution. That's going to allow him to get that lap back. As Jeff Ward's going to put Dakota Bennett another lap down now. He's, I think he's just trying to cut some laps here. Make sure he finishes strong as he can. How many times have we seen it here in this series where one of the top dogs takes too heavy a contact? Like, oh, Jason Anderson running that inside line as they almost get 3 wide with the leader there. But how many times have we seen a leader, get involved in something, wreck that thing, and someone that was, a few laps down end up gaining that position just by staying out. So, that's where you're having to mitigate and get rid of that bad race to make up for the good one. Is here we got Jeff Ward still struggling to get around Dakota Bennett here as he's racing hard. There he does, gets around him on the inside. And now he's going to start chasing after Brian McRae in that 12 machine. See that hill that they're dropping down into? That's not helping the braking point for this track right here. So you got a flat, almost reversed banking turn. Coming off of a hill. And these cars do not stop. They have everything vehicle specific for that time of car, so those brakes are not as strong as you'd think they are. Sonny Thompson starting to put down some fire laps here as he is using those tires up, though. Getting into the turn, he's making a lot of time but losing a lot of grip on those tires. So you see Jeff Ward is he's not having to scrub those tires as much as Sonny Thompson is. But we see him here. He's making a good pull on it. As we're starting to get closer to this halfway point. Now, a game changer that we saw in Iowa was Ryan Wash ended up pitting before the halfway, getting fresh tires and getting those laps back, of course. But he pitted before that halfway caution, got 4 tires, came back out, and essentially won the race just for having new tires. So I think after he did that, I think it woke everyone up. All the drivers changed their strategy. And I look for a lot of people making those pit stops and getting 4 fresh tires here before the halfway point. So look for pit stops. As we see there, watching Sonny Thompson chase down Jeff Ward. As we see, Jeff Ward's only got about a straightaway left. About exactly half a lap from lapping Sonny Thompson. This half mile actually carries some characteristics of Martinsville. Oh, there it is. There's the pit road here, opening up to Jeff Ward. He's in a pit on lap 40. We'll see how many tires, if he's taking tires this time. He's going to take left side tires. Sonny Thompson is following the leader here. Yep, this is definitely this is the new strategy that we're seeing in the series. All right, Jeff Ward's taking all 4 tires. Yep, Jason Anderson's electing to pit instead of getting his lap back. Shows you how much he's thinking those fresh tires are going to make a difference. Jeff Ward already out using those sticker tires. Sonny Thompson only took left side tires, so that's something to watch as this race continues on. He got some of that track position back. But yeah, he's only got left side tires, so you know Jeff Ford's got all four compared to that. So we saw Jason Anderson come out and stay in front of Brian McRae, but he's already a lap down compared to Brian, so Brian wasn't about to battle him too hard for that on those fresh tires. Lap 42, we're getting close to the random window. And here we take a look at the lap times. Tell you what, 4 tires is looking way better than 2. So we see Jeff in the 24 ones blistering the competition right now, but he could be using it up too much. We got a caution coming at halfway. He could be using the extra grip, the extra speed off of those tires a little too early. Might be something that he really needs after that competition caution. '73's in the pits right now. Looks like he's working on a lot more than just tires here. Possibly got some damage taking it off the tires or through the ditches in this tight track. To what I was alluding to earlier, there is some similarities to Martinsville here. The long straight stretches, tight turns, the paper clip in shape, and the generally flat banked turns. But other than that, you got some hills, right hand of course, and a lot of runoff area. Nothing to kind of keep you on the track, no walls you can rub up against. Whoa, Jeff Ward's coming back into the pits. He's gonna give up the lead here to Sonny Thompson. I'm not sure why he's coming back through. He's already changing tires again. Possibly he heard us about using up tires too fast, but he's only going to take left sides. Alright, so he put about another 7 laps on the right side tires. Fresh tires on the left side now. Sonny Thompson is going to take that lead, as Jeff Ward falls back to second. Brian McRae third, Jason Anderson fourth, Dakota Bennick still in the pits, and Ty Morosco unfortunately never started the race. That's going to be a huge hit points wise for the second place in points, or third place, excuse me. See Sonny Thompson there locking up that front right tire, trying to get around this turn. He's either locking it up or he's keeping that tire off the ground. I hope it's the latter. Otherwise, he's going to flat spot the hell out of that tire. Alright, the caution hasn't thrown yet. Look for it any minute. From about lap 47 to lap 52 is the random through caution window for that halfway point where drivers aren't allowed to pit. And it's just to get everyone back on group everyone back up and get as many on the lead lap as possible. And there it is. There's the caution. And we're going to start out with the wave arounds here. Jason Anderson's going to get that wave around as everyone else is going to come around. Dakota Bennick looks like he's going to have to stay in the pits. And we'll be right back after these words from Dr. Squatch.
Listen up, the soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who open the pickle jar on the first try. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. Dare I say, soft. Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah, well, men weren't supposed to cry during movies. And then they made the movie Rudy. He's so little. You want to smell like the forest? Boom, pine tar, we've got you. You want to smell like the sea? Boom, nautical sage, we've got you. You want to smell like you just got off a boat in the Caribbean? Boom, bay rum, we've got you. And with 6 more cents, we've got you covered no matter what kind of man you are.
Alright, we're getting ready to get back to racing here. As the pace car turns off the lights, lets everyone know he's about to pull off and we're about to get back to green flag racing. Brian McRae, unfortunately, elected to go into the pits under that caution that got him in the EOL. But with Jason Anderson getting his lap back, he's going to start tail end. So, didn't really affect Brian McRae any, so he's going to have the newest tires out there with green flag is out. Brian McRae with the newest tires out there, from what I was saying, so look for him trying to make a move. Of course, we saw right before the caution came out, Jeff Ward change left side tires again, so 7 laps or so on the right side's brand new on the left. So we see some close racing this time around. It looks like that first half everyone kind of felt the track out, figured out how to roll the turn in this right-hander oval. And we see the field real close this time. And it looks like Jeff Ward's racing a little tighter of a car right now. As we see him even hit the grass. Jason Anderson hits the grass following the line of the champion there. And Brian McRae right away slips into the grass. Huge fall off of that race. Unfortunate for that. He's going to lose at least half a lap from Sonny Thompson, who's still leading the race right now. Jason Anderson looking way better this time on this half of the race, as he's already putting pressure on Jeff Ward. Not driving it in as deep as those two leaders, though. And look at Jeff Ward getting a nose in there. Even a little bit of contact, I think, with Sonny Thompson. He knows how hard it is to pass, how long it takes to work for that pass. So he's definitely not going to let up on Sonny Thompson. Sonny Thompson having to defend off of Jeff Ward here as much as he can. And maybe too much that time. As Jeff Ward, he gets the inside. Don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. It's a drag race down the front stretch. Jeff Ward's going to claim that inner line. That's what he needed to make that pass work. And he's going to get it. Sonny Thompson's going to tuck in behind the 9 here and start going to work to get that position back, I think. But Jeff Ward, oh no, Sonny Thompson drives it in deep again. That's been his biggest Achilles heel right now. It gets into his head. He's tries to push it a little bit harder once he loses that position, and it ends up costing him big time. But Jason Anderson and Brian McRae haven't fallen off here. They're starting to get right back into this pack. Dakota Bennick has begun to pack it up. And just as I say that, he makes it back out on the track. All right, good for him. They were having some deep issues there, getting it worked out and getting that car back out on the track. As we creep on to lap 62 already, Jeff Ward in the lead. And Jason Anderson made it around Sonny Thompson already, and is running faster. He's got the fastest car right now, as you saw. Got that Thunderbird hooked up and grooving. Jeff Ward out through the grass. That's going to cost him huge. He's going to fall back to 3rd, maybe 4th. Right in front. Yep, he's going to hold 3rd right in front of Brian McRae. And that's going to put Jason Anderson in the lead here. Sonny Thompson not wasting any time. He's trying to drive it in as deep as he can while still controlling it this time around, as he's trying to get up there to make a move on Jason Anderson. Jeff Ward trying to rebound from that turn that sent him through the grass, but it looks like he's got too tight of a car right now. Possibly from just changing the left sides again. That little bit of difference in the grip might have completely thrown off the car. You got to remember, Sonny Thompson, he also only changed left side tires and didn't even change the right side. So the right side tires on the 3 machine are going to be from the beginning of the race. Turning into quite the gauntlet for a battle for 2nd here, as we've seen this battle play out all race long between Jeff Ward and Sonny Thompson, but now it's for 2nd instead of the lead. And Jeff Ward, we see he's got a real tight car. He's having to slow way up to keep it on the inside here, but he needs that inside lane to make a pass on the inside. As he goes way to the inside now, trying to use as much as he can. Watching for Brian McRae here. Probably in a really good position to start reeling in these other drivers, as we see he's starting to make some a lot better time and get up into this mix. We saw Jeff Ward just get a little loose there on entry now, so he's definitely adjusting the brake bias and trying to get after that thing. But it's going to take a lot of work to wrangle in that problem, as we see Jason Anderson using those fresh tires to build a huge gap, as everyone behind him has been battling. And he is starting to run away with this thing on lap 70, looking really good right now. Hopefully he can keep rolling the corner like he can, and hopefully these guys can keep battling, is what he's thinking. as Brian McRae makes it around Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward too tight again in the turn there. And Sonny Thompson, loose on exit, gets way out of shape through the grass into the sand back onto the track. And that is going to put him at least half a lap back from the leader right now. So huge loss for Sonny Thompson, who's been running up front all day. I don't know if he's going to be able to rebound from that one. And that's going to shuffle the deck up here. We got Jason Anderson in the lead, Brian McRae second, Jeff Ward third, and Sonny Thompson's going to inherit fourth. While Dakota Bennick is back in the pits for the time being. Jeff Ward wrangling this thing here. He doesn't want to be stuck in third. He's looking for a way around the 12 machine. He's got that inside line. He's going for it. Is he going to have the speed off of the turn is what it comes down to. And he does. Brian McRae's going to have to tuck in line here. He's going to clip the grass that time. Trying to get around it. Oh, but it looks like Jason Anderson's starting to fall off a little bit here. He's starting to lose that gap. That car might be slowing down. He might have used the good off of those tires, as it's taking him a whole lot to get around that turn now and starting to tighten up on him, it looks like. And he's got a little bit of damage on the left, on the right rear. Sonny Thompson back through the grass here, lost it on entry. Looks like that car is starting to go away faster and faster for him. I think he definitely needed 4 tires on this one. I think those right side tires are shot, and it's not helping him on the entry, especially with the questionable banking on turns 3 and 4 there. That's where he's having the most trouble. See Jason Anderson still in the lead, but Jeff Ward's starting to creep into that. He's going to be battling here in a second, followed by Brian McRae right on the heels of Jeff Ward. As we see Jeff Ward, he's had to change up his line due to how tight his car is appearing. We saw him on the first half of this race running the bottom, making great time down there. He's got a tight car now, so on turns 1 and 2, he's entering way high. Checking up rather late in that turn and apexing it late. But it is starting to do good for him as we see him cutting into that lead. He's having a real fast lap. Jason Anderson still hugging that inside of the turn. Still has the lead right now, but this is turned into a 2-groove race, and don't look now, but Jeff Ward is right there on the back bumper. That late apex gives a lot of speed for the 9 machine, as he's going to be looking for a pass here in the next couple laps. I think he's setting it up nice. So we saw Sonny Thompson go into the pits. He's going to be changing tires now. Oh, they both get tight, driving it in deep. And that's going to scare the 9 machine into the grass. Jeff Ward gets back on the track but loses that ground as they both drove in deep, locked it up in the turn. Both cars sliding a couple grooves out from where they're used to going. No contact though. And Jason Anderson holds the lead. He's got a little bit of a gap, but he is not as fast as Brian McRae and Jeff Ward. They're going to be right back up on there in just a couple laps. Jason Anderson needs to get some solid laps together, maybe try to venture out of that line, but we know that's one thing he doesn't. Brian McRae loose on exit, gets into the grass, keeps control of it. That is something hard to do in these cars, is wrestle these things down once they get out of shape. Jeff Ward throws it in deep again, but it's not going to work out. He's going to give up second place to Brian McRae now. That is not what Jeff was wanting to do here. Not at the closing of this race. He's going to go farther back. Now it's going to be Brian McRae who's trying to inch up closer to Jason Anderson, who still has the lead right now on lap 84. I'll tell you what, here we see Jeff Ward. He's still working on the back of Brian McRae. That battle's not over yet. Second place still up for grabs, and who's going to be the one? You know, what it's going to come down to is if they have that sorted out before or after they make it up to Jason Anderson here, as we see Brian McRae having to stop real hard. That's going to let the 9 go around real easy. That's going to settle that battle fairly quick. As he was going in way too hot and had to lock him up, the 9 was able to slip under him rather than getting into the back of him. That could have been a huge mess up there for both of them. That could have sealed the deal if the 9 ended up getting into Brian McRae. But Jeff Ward was able to dive it in under. Now he's going to work, trying to catch back up to Jason Anderson to have another stab at that. Even with that tight car, that's the difference between the champion Jeff Ward compared to a lot of other racers out there, is he's able to find that next groove. During that race, he's been able to change the line rather quickly, find the groove that he needs to get the speed that he needs with the difference in the handling of the car. Jason Anderson getting loose on entry. He's driving that thing, trying to stay away from Jeff Ward, trying to put some more distance in between it, but at the fall off, the other side of that is you're driving it in too hard and you're not getting the same speed off the corner that Jeff Ward is. As they're coming up on Sonny Thompson, we saw him, his car got real out of shape on this second run. He's going to let those leaders go by. Went into the pits and lost that lap down. Jason Anderson still driving it in hard. Kind of changing up his line. He's got to get it around his head that he needs to run that bottom side. That's where he was doing his best work earlier, and I think that's what he's going to do here. Yeah, he's going to fight to keep it on the bottom, even clipping the grass a little bit there. A run from the 9. Jeff Ward is looking on the outside now, into the grass a little bit, has to chase it down, probably get out of the throttle. But he's still rolling that top side, trying to get more speed out of the run, in which he might be able to get to the throttle sooner here. But I don't think it's going to be enough to be able to throw it to the inside on turn 1 and 2. Yeah, he's going to have to tuck it in this time. Lap 90. We're looking at 10 laps to go here. And this battle is just heating up. Jeff Ward. Oh, Jason Anderson slips on the inside, but he keeps it moving. The 9 looking to the inside. The 5's going to have to chop him off. Oh, the 9 gets loose on exit there. He's having to get out of the throttle. Battle far from over here with 9 laps to go now. Everything's just starting to heat up. Jeff Ward wants to win 2 in a row in the North Series after winning at Eldora, the 12 here. First race for Brian McRae, and he's in third and sees the lead. That's a pretty big deal here in these races. All of these short track races, real hard to stay on the lead lap. Hard to be there at the end. You got to know what you're doing, and he has shown up, showing that he knows what he's doing already. As he's going to start negotiating his way. We just saw Jeff Ward have a real rough turn 1 and 2. That's going to lose some distance on the leader, Jason Anderson. as Jeff Ward might be falling off for good, but just when Brian McRae is really starting to get some laps together here. And yeah, Jeff Ward goes off into the grass, and he's going to lose second to Brian McRae, who's showing up here at the end with some momentum. Definitely bringing up some speed here. And Jason Anderson gets loose on Intrigan. We've seen this twice already. As he brakes and that car just lurches to the right. He's got to take it through the grass. And Brian McRae gets loose on exit. Looks like he got excited from the bobble from the leader, and he starts rolling. Rolling a little early on exit, gets loose, but he is not losing any time though. As we see him cutting into that gap from first. Jason Anderson looks like that car might be getting out of shape here. He's having to really wrestle that car into the turn. He's not able to make as smooth as a roll through the center as he was. And he's losing more time each lap to Brian McRae. So Brian McRae going to be on him. The question is he going to have enough time to complete a pass here? 5 laps to go. Yep, Jason Anderson, he's committed to the bottom now. It's a little slower of a line, but it's looking a more consistent line for him. He is able to run the same laps and defend that bottom, but it's a lot faster if you can fully apex that turn. As we see the 12 of Brian McRae now, he's right there. He's going to start setting Jason Anderson up for a pass here. As these two go down the backstretch, the 12 getting even closer. Jeff Ward, unfortunately, back into the grass a little bit there. And it looks like a little bit of a nudge from the 12 to 5 saying, hey, I'm here. We're ready to go racing. The 9 back into the picture, though, as he's going to follow Brian McRae around the outside. Jason Anderson still holding that bottom line as much as he can. 12 looking to the outside again here. On lap 97, gets a full car length ahead, but drives it in too deep. They go 3 wide for first. Out of the turn. Who's going to come out of this one? The 9 checks up, but the 12 had a run, but got into the grass. He ended up having to let off to save it. The 9 is now battling for the lead on lap 98 of 100. But the 9 gets super tight. He makes another pass at it, though. But he's not going to have the momentum to get to the inside for this turn. He's going to battle him on the outside. Drives it in real deep. He's going to have to check up to keep it out of the grass. No, he still gets into the grass. That's going to cycle him back. That's going to put us on lap 99. So 2 laps to go here. We got the 12 of Brian McRae all over the back of the 5 car as they go chasing, coming around to the white flag. This is still anyone's race. We've seen everyone make up these car distance. I think everyone's lost grip at this point. Everyone's sawing on that wheel. The 12 gets a real good turn this time. He's going to have a shot in 1 and 2 to take that lead. Let's see what he does with it here. Jason Anderson closes that door early going into it, but gets a little loose on entry. That's going to allow the 12 to stay right on him as they come into the backstretch. This is where it's all going to matter. White flag is out. The 12 is going to look to the inside. Drives it in deep in the inside. They make contact. Both go off of the track. The 9 is going to slip by, take the lead as he's going to be the winner of the 100 lapper here at Mid-Ohio. What an amazing finish as the 5 and the 12 are still battling to get back on track and across the line. That's going to be Jason Anderson finishing second, Brian McRae third, and Sonny Thompson in fourth is going to finish a couple laps down. What an amazing short track battle to the end of it there. Both of them fighting to get across that line. Amazing race, amazing job. Jeff Ward in the right place at the right time. That's your winner. Let's take a look to see how the points ended up here. After this race, a huge points day for Jeff Ward. He's going to be 12 points ahead of Jason Anderson now. Jason Anderson, real strong day of points. A lot of guys didn't show up there. Brian McRae we see on the board with 4. He's going to be tied with Sonny after this race. Wow, what a crazy end to this race. It was definitely anyone's game. Let's look here. We got the national points. Jeff Ward, of course, now 12 above Ryan Wash. Jason Anderson solid in that 4th place now. He's going to have 45 points to Jason Taylor's 38 going into the next race at Lanier. We'll see you guys next week at Lanier. Back to the dirt track. I believe last dirt track for the North Regional Championship. And I can't wait to see how these guys settle this down. Thanks for stopping by, and we will catch you guys next week, same time, same place, here on eRacing TV.
I got 4 wheels a turning. I got it sitting in drive. I got 4 wheels a turning, baby. I'm headed to the racetrack. And a bucket, coolant. Oh, amps it right out. Out of the way. All right, we'll add the bucket. See how long it takes to wear through the coating.